Hey everybody, it's Holly,
And Heather.
and welcome to a special Saturday edition of Everything Elvis. Yes,
We're-
it's Saturday. Yes, we are apart. Here is hoping that everything goes well with the live stream because I'm in Powell, Heather's in Nashville, and it's about to be a thunderstorm here. I don't know about Nashville. So anyway,
Yes.
sorry. Anyway, we are broadcasting both on Facebook and YouTube, and we are so thrilled you're here. So much to talk about, Heather.
Yes. Sorry, I'm just making sure that we're actually on because
Okay,
I'm always a little weirded out when we're in two different places
that's true.
because, yeah, I like to always make sure that like you can see both of us, you can hear both of us. Let us know. Make sure that
Yeah,
you guys can hear us
yeah. Let us
out
know.
there. So
Yeah,
far, it looks good to me.
if my camera just goes toppling down, it's because I've got it on some cardboard boxes that could tumble over
Yeah.
at any moment.
Yeah, we don't really have
Uh,
our setup in Powell like we have here in Nashville. So whenever Holly's in Powell or I'm in Powell and we have to do the opposite broadcast, it's a challenge.
I know. Look how boring I look in my white background, and Heather's all colorful and warm and lovely in hers.
Thank you.
I know. So, welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us at a different day.
Yeah.
We appreciate it
Well,
so much. Go ahead, Ev.
well, we just decided that we would do Saturday because as you guys know, tomorrow is Father's Day. Happy
Mhm.
Father's Day to all those fantastic fathers out there. And
Yes.
I'm going to be going home super early tomorrow so I can spend the entire day with dad and take him to breakfast and dinner and have a whole Father's Day palooza with dad. So I told Holly, I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do the Sunday Facebook Live. So we were like, hey, let's just do it on Saturday so that we don't miss one. So here we are.
Why not?
Cheers.
I know. Look at me. I don't have any Elvis mugs here. I've got my Cracker Barrel coffee.
Thank you. What'd you do with your Elvis mugs? I thought you had some there. Lord knows I have enough. You could take some.
Well, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll take some of your Elvis mug stash.
For real. For real.
Yeah, so we didn't have too much to talk about. There's a few little updates, a few little news things here and there, but then y'all, last
Mhm.
night, or well, maybe it was a couple of days ago, but Heather just discovered it last night and then told me about it. Raleigh Keough dropped kind of a not a bombshell, but just a really cool, probably one of the most cool things I've ever seen
I
involving
know.
Graceland. So we're going to talk all about it. If you have not seen it, it's a short film that's run through Tribeca. As you all know, Raleigh does not have a Facebook page. So if you want to see this, you have to either go to her Instagram or go on YouTube and just type in, if you'll type in Raleigh Keough in progress, it'll pop it up. But
In
y'all,
process.
in progress. Is it in
Pro-
progress? Process?
process.
Okay.
Yes.
Um,
Hmm.
Well, it'll come up either way because I think I put progress. But anyway, it is stunning. It's only about 6 or 7 minutes long.
Yeah.
You're going to want to watch it multiple times, but we are here to talk about it, to tell you guys about it. I posted it. If you don't want to have to go find it, it's right below this post. If you're on our Facebook right now, you can see it. And I posted a lovely quote that I think Heather is just in love with now.
It was my favorite thing. So yeah, we're going to talk all about that. There's been some updates to Elvis Week, some guest wise, and a few other things that they're going to be doing that are exciting during Elvis Week that I thought we would talk about and mention. And yeah, just our typical weekend, everything Elvis chat. Also, how has everybody been enjoying our new weekly segments? We did it. We actually did all of them this week. So, as we told you last week, and we'll say hello to some people here in a second. I
Yeah.
always hate when I have to use my phone for these things because I solely rely on my phone for things I've screenshotted about like events and things. I use it for comments and stuff. And for some reason, the iPad never works easy for like comments and stuff. But we'll try to read some of those in a minute. But anyway, we started these new segments this week, which I think went really well. So we did our Motivational Monday, which is where Holly's going to post a quote or an inspiring sentence or something every single Monday, to get you in the mood for the week and to kick those Monday blues. This week, she posted one of my absolute favorite Elvis quotes. So,
well, I wanted to start off with a bang. They're not always going to all be like Elvis related. I mean, I'm sure the majority. But I thought, what better way than to start out with a bang, with a beautiful picture of Elvis and a quote that I know Heather loves. So that was my first thought.
Yes. And then flash forward to Tuesday. Did you guys like the Tuesday treasure? It's right there.
I loved it.
You can barely see it, but it's right there. I hope you all enjoyed that. It took me, I'm not going to lie. This is what's hilarious about me. So I have a broadcasting background and TV background. And anytime I would do any kind of videos for broadcasting or TV, everybody called me the one take wonder, because literally I could walk in, you could just say, hey, this is what we're shooting for or what we're shooting about. Give me a little synopsis of it. I could think for like a few minutes and then I could literally do like one take and get it right. And so I'm doing a little video of that lamp the other day, and I'm telling y'all what, it was like a comedy of errors. It took forever. I did 5,000 takes because everything kept going wrong. As you all know, I have so many videos and pictures and screenshots and text messages and things on my phone that it constantly fills up. So I would literally be right in the midst of that video. And it was only like a 5-minute video, 6-minute video. I would be like 2 minutes in and it would be like, cut off. You're out of space. And I'd be like, so I'd go and try to delete some things. And I think I have enough. I'd try it again. It'd do the same thing over and over. And then I was trying to find like the right lighting in mine and Holly's house. And it was like rainy and weird that day. And I couldn't find right lighting. And then I'm downstairs in our living room, which is where I did it. And I'm like right in the middle of it. And I'm doing so good. And for some weird reason, like because it was getting ready to rain, this like dark cloud comes over the window. And like the trees start swaying. And it's like literally I go from like bright to like completely dark. And I was like, well, now I got to do it over again.
I think that was Elvis poking at you a little bit.
Right. But anyway, so I finally got it done. I hope you all enjoyed it. I've got to think on what I'm going to do for this week. It's not like I don't have enough stuff to decide from, but that's the thing. I have so much stuff. Yeah. I've got to narrow it down. So I'm going to do that. And then of course, I hope you all enjoyed Holly's Throwback Thursday because I thought it was amazing. Do you want to talk about it?
Well, we're over here to everything Elvis and entertainment because, we love Dolly. Or I love Dolly just as much as Elvis. We're going to start celebrating. This is the 40th anniversary of Dollywood. We've talked about it before. So from here till next June, we're celebrating. I don't know if Dollywood is, but we are. So I was there a long time, y'all. I was there years and years and years and did a ton of shows and a ton of like cool projects with or without Dolly, but that were Dollywood related. So every Thursday, I'm going to try to do a little throwback. I'm going to try to keep them themed. Like I may try to do like each year I was there, or I might do like just something themed. And I think I have some videos because I was looking at my Let the Good Times Roll year 1, and there's only 2 or 3 little videos on YouTube. And I was like, and somebody in the comments asked me, they're like, hey, is there a way to like see this show on YouTube? And I'm like, you know what? There's not. So I'm going to try to dig out my old DVDs and post those to our YouTube channel. But every Thursday, maybe it could be a photo, it could be a video. You never know. So thank you all so much, though. Everybody seemed to really love it.
I know everybody's comments were great about your blonde hair, because I think a lot of people don't realize that Holly, from like Well, Holly's hair is naturally dark. It's pretty much the color that it's not the color it is now. It's more of like what I would call a really dark brown.
No, it's like a
But
medium mousy brown. It's not cool.
yeah, she literally had blonde hair all the way from college through like her Dollywood days and stuff. And so it's always like funny now, people that don't know her back then, when they like see that she actually had blonde hair, it's funny. So I love the comments about that.
And a lot of people thought I was you. Like they were like, Heather, great pictures. And I'm like,
really
hysterical. Yes.
Oh,
it was so funny. But yeah, hey, y'all never know. I've had every hair color but red, and I'm still not discounting that. That could happen maybe. But hey, who knows? I may be blonde next year. You don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a really cool like time and stuff. And Holly doesn't brag on herself enough. But those pictures she posted from that show, that was such a cool show because it was called Let the Good Times Roll. It was, of course, Dad's favorite show that Holly ever did at Dollywood because Dad loves 50s, 60s doo-wop and music. That's his jam. And that's, when he grew up. But that was the very first year that they ever had that show. So Holly was in the original cast of that show. And not only that, but she was like the youngest, like little baby, youngest cast member that they had in that show. And she was in there with a lot of like Dollywood OGs that had been at Dollywood for a really long time and stuff. And so it was just, such a cute show. And she got to sing and dance, and she got to showcase her baton twirling, which Holly and I were majorettes. And then, because it was the first year and first time they had ever done that particular show, Holly got to like meet Dolly, like her first initial like year there, and perform with her and stuff, because when Dolly came to do like the grand opening and stuff, which she always does, it was all themed around that. Like Dolly came in little like 50s sock hop attire, and they opened this whole park area, and she performed with Holly, and then she sat in the audience and watched them do the show. So it was like a magical first year. I don't think Holly could have asked for a better first year and experience at Dollywood.
Yeah, that was cool. So y'all need to see some fun stuff this year. You're going to see treasures and Dollywood, and we're going to inspire
and perhaps,
you. So
yeah, I saw some of you saying like, I didn't know that you and Holly were baton twirlers. Perhaps Holly will dig out an old Miss Tennessee video of Heather and post it on a Throwback Thursday.
I keep threatening to do that, and I'm telling you, I just have to pick like the best one. I mean, they're so good, y'all. You'll be amazed. You will literally be amazed. So yeah, it's coming. It's coming. It's just right now I'm knee deep in trying to rebuild our website and get these goodie bags going, but they're turning out great, y'all. I sent Heather some pictures yesterday.
And I'm not going to lie, a hilarious Throwback Thursday thing too, because I was, thinking about all this. So there is, and this will never see the light of day if it's up to me. We'll never see the light of day.
Oh, but will it?
Tying it back to Elvis, 6 Degrees from Elvis. So I also was a clogger. Fun fact about Heather. I also was a clogger when I was younger. And I was in a talent show one time, and I did an entire clogging routine to Michael Jackson's Bad.
Y'all, priceless.
And still to this day, Holly and Dad talk about it. We don't know where the video is. We don't know what happened to it, because
I'm going to.
Dad definitely videoed it, but literally still to this day, Holly and Dad talk about that video like at random times all the time. And Dad is like, we have got to find this video, and then we've got to put it out there for everyone to see. No, but I just thought that was funny to mention Throwback Thursdays. So hopefully Holly won't find it. Hopefully I'll find it before she does, and then I will have that thing in a box that will never be seen or opened.
So wrong. So wrong.
Y'all, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Well, enough about us. Enough about us, y'all. Heather, we've got some little updates for everybody, and then we're going to dig into this Riley Keough short film, and I've got some pictures and stuff to show y'all about that as well.
I do. So hopefully Tisa's on here, and she will have our exact countdown until Elvis week. But we are really closing in on Elvis week, y'all. I mean, today is what, June 14th? Yeah, because yesterday was Friday the 13th.
I
Ew.
know.
But today is June the 14th. So we are literally like closing in on that 8-week mark, like 2-month mark until Elvis week. And yes, this week Graceland came out as they always do leading up to Elvis week. I feel like they're always adding new guests to like the conversations and the panels and the like shows and things. And they came out with a few more guests this week, which I thought were kind of cute and cool. So let's see. Trying to think. So there is a lady called or named Carol Connors. She's going to be coming. It says she's a singer-songwriter. She was the lead vocalist of the pop vocal trio, the Teddy Bears, who had the #1 hit, To Know Him Is to Love Him. Oh, I love that song. So she went on to become a successful songwriter, and she dated Elvis in 1964 and describes Elvis as her first boyfriend and her first love. And she's written a memoir entitled Elvis, Rocky, and Me. Interesting.
Who's Rocky?
I don't know. I'm not really familiar with her. So she was a new name to me. I'm sure a lot of you out there might know who she is or have heard of her, but she's going to be a guest on the Elvis and Author's Perspective. So I guess she's going to be talking about her book. So we'll find out. But Carol Connors. And then this one I think is going to be really interesting. So a lady named Ann Moses, who was the editor of Tiger Beat magazine. Do you guys remember people talking about? Yeah, do you remember people talking about Tiger Beat back in the day, like Granny and Mom and them talking about Tiger Beat magazine back in the day? So she was their editor from 1965 to 1972. And listen to this. She sat on the stage for Elvis's 68 comeback special and toured Elvis and Colonel Parker's offices at MGM Studios. She observed the filming for Change of Habit and attended Elvis's opening show at the International Hotel on July 31st, 1969, and photographed his performance at the Midnight Show on August 1st, 1969. Wow. And it says she was interviewed and appeared in the Elvis That's the Way It Is documentary. Isn't this cool?
Yeah. That's going to be interesting.
She also has a book. Everybody has a book, I swear. She also has a book called Meow, My Groovy Life with Tiger Beat's Teen Idols.
Okay. I love it on the title alone. I love it on that title alone.
Well, and I guarantee, I feel like she's going to be one of these guests. I mean, I think her bio sounds incredible. Like the memories and the opportunities that she had with Elvis. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to hear. But I feel like she's going to be one of those guests that you're going to be like, I didn't know that I would enjoy her. Loved her. She was my favorite.
I think so.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about her being there. I thought that was a great addition and so cool that she's still alive. I mean, it's cool that a lot of these people are still alive because let's face it, they're getting really old.
Saying that like Tiger Beat was from like the 70s. So that's cool.
Yeah.
So it started in the 70s or whatever.
Well, it says she was their editor from 65 to 72.
Wow. So 60. Dang. I didn't know. No, well, back in the day though, because like in the 80s, it was real big, those little teen magazines and stuff. So it's sad they kind of don't have that anymore. The internet's ruined it. It's ruined it.
And then this guest I think is going to be really neat as well. I don't know how you say her last name, so forgive me if I pronounce it wrong, but Sandy Coelho. She was married to Jerry Schilling. And she was a dancer in the Elvis movie Paradise Hawaiian Style. And because of her marriage to Jerry, which let's see, it says they were married from 67 to 73. So she was there during like the pivotal times of like Priscilla and Elvis and like Elvis and Vegas and all of that. So she's going to have a lot of great stories. And I know I heard Argo and Alicia and Angie talking about her on the Graceland Beat the other day. And yeah, they were saying she has like a lot of great, really intimate personal stories that have never been shared before with Elvis and stuff, because she was like good friends with Priscilla because they all kind of, like coupled up and, did a lot of things and stuff together. And actually Elvis bought her and Jerry horses so that her and Priscilla could ride together and stuff.
Oh, wow.
So she has a lot of great stories, I'm sure that, and hopefully maybe some new little funny stories and funny facts and insights that are more personal of Elvis that we'll learn and stuff. So I thought that was a great addition as well.
Yeah.
And then Linda Stone, which is Charles Stone's wife.
Oh,
She's
okay.
she's going to be joining Conversations on the Colonel. And Terry McJeffrey, he is going to be, yep. He's going to be part of the Inspired by Elvis show.
Oh, good.
Right. I know people love Terry McJeffrey as well as Holly and I. He is a phenomenal singer, entertainer, great guy, multifaceted, multi-talented. And we always enjoy him whenever he's at birthday week or Elvis week. So he's going to be a great addition to that show. So really excited about him. And then just a couple more things. They're also adding some book signings during Elvis week. So Linda Thompson is going to be at Elvis Threads. So that's one of the gift shops in the complex. She's going to be there one afternoon signing her book, Little Thing Called Life. And then another day, they're going to have Peter Gralnick. He's going to be there at the Elvis Threads signing his Colonel book, his new book to the Colonel. And then I'm sure signing his other two books, The Last Train to Memphis and Careless Love. But that's really cool, I thought. Great addition as well. And then one other thing that popped up this week. So you know how they do the Graceland Legends every year where they give out like the award and they induct different people into the Graceland Legends? Well, years ago it was a TCB band. Last year it was Estelle and the Sweet Inspirations. This year it's Terry Blackwood and the Imperials.
Oh, great.
They're getting
I
inducted.
love that for Terry. Yay. That is so wonderful.
I know. So that's getting me excited, y'all. Even more excited about Elvis week.
I'm telling you what, it's getting better and better. It's shaping up, y'all.
I know. Fun stuff.
I hope I get my book signed by Linda. I really hope so.
I know. Yeah. I'm gonna try to sneak her an Essence of Elvis candle.
That'd be so cute.
I know.
Yeah, let's look at some comments. Are you getting the comments on your side, Hev?
I'm not.
If you're tired of talking, I can talk a little bit.
Yeah, I'm still trying to.
Comments are hilarious.
Okay, good. I'm still trying to get them, but for some reason, I don't know what it is about this iPad, but they don't show up.
Okay. Well, let's see. Donna says, "Hi, girls." Linda, hello. Carrie, happy Saturday to you. Ellie, love your name, Ellie. That's so cute. She's from Phoenix. We're doing great. Jill, she says she's good. Deborah, good. Aw, Sarah, she's saying happy Father's Day to Dad. Yes, he's about to have a fun-filled Father's Day with Heather. Jane said she's loving to see us. She's watching from Pennsylvania. Thank you. Hello, Cinda. Oh, Jenny's on here. Hey, Jenny.
Oh, hey, Jenny.
Miss you.
Hope you're well.
We need to get together. Lisa, hello. How are you doing? I know she's saying me and Eric were so young and cute. Yeah, y'all know Lisa. She's a Days of Our Lives fanatic, and she loves Eric Martzoff. And I was fortunate that he was in that first show with me. I said it in that post. There was a lot of Dollywood legends, and a lot of them went on to bright futures. So yeah, I'm sure Eric will get a kick out of those pictures. Hello, Susie. Hey, Laura, Norma. Hey, David, how are you doing? Looking good on here, guys. Emma, hello, Tammy. I mean, so many people. Wow.
Tisa has our countdown. So she says it's 55 days, 20 hours, 53 minutes, and 10 seconds.
All right. Hey,
closing
Carol.
in, y'all. Carol.
I'm telling you, Lynn's watching from Ireland. I'm telling y'all what. So great. Well, I'm glad y'all are enjoying. Everybody's saying that they enjoyed all of the little new segments. Hey, Teresa. How are you? Hey, Linda. So many people. Hey, Catherine. Oh, Catherine said she loves the Elvis, the white Elvis bust behind you. She has one at her local antique store.
Thank you. Right. Cool. I love that as well.
I know. And I'm loving everybody talking about Tiger Beat, how they would get it when they were little. That's adorable. And like rip out the photos and like put them on their wall. That's so cute. That's so cute. Carol said she
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be Ann Moses when she was a teenager. I bet. She sounds like she had a really cool life. They could make a movie about her life, I bet. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Yes. So everybody helps
Oh,
me get our book signed. Are you
for
seeing comments
real?
now?
Yeah. So Sarah says that lady wrote the song for the Rocky movie. What?
Like the
Like,
instrumental. I mean, she didn't write Eye of the Tiger, did she? Because that's what's that group that's which I will say, Eye of the Tiger, the greatest, most inspirational song I think that ever came about.
yes, when I
I
need to
mean,
be pumped up, like when I have to exercise or work out or walk or run, that's what I want to hear.
yeah.
It
I
gets me
mean, the
going.
ultimate pump you up song.
Like for real. It is the best hype song ever created.
Yeah, and there's not a soul I don't think that doesn't know it. We're probably getting told off. She probably just wrote like the theme song, like the instrumentals. Maybe she did like the film music. You know how, da-da-na-na-na-na, maybe she wrote that. Rocky's like theme, which is
That
also
yeah, when he
super
goes up those
inspiring.
steps, yeah, it's like da na na
Oh,
na 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 da na 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 na. So good. So good.
so good.
Oh, the
Every
Rocky
song in that's
movies.
great.
Yeah,
Huh?
talk about great movies, the Rocky movies.
I have them all on
When
DVD, y'all.
when did the Rocky movies come out?
I think in the late 70s. I think he did the first one in like late 70s. If
Well, because
I'm
I was
correct.
like, did Rocky come out before Elvis passed? Because Elvis was a movie buff. He would have loved Rocky.
Oh my gosh. Loved it.
He
He
would
would
have
have
loved
loved it.
Rocky.
Thank you,
Elvis would
Laura.
have
Survivor. Survivor sung Eye of the Tiger.
yeah. Elvis would have been great in the Rocky movies. He could have been like a fighting opponent.
Yes. He would have been great. And he would have loved all the fight scenes and stuff. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and he could have
That
sang a song for the soundtrack.
that would have been
Yeah,
amazing. That would
yeah.
have been amazing. I'll look it up while you're looking at comments. I'll look it up. But I think it was late 70s.
Okay. Let's see. Let me get him back here.
Let's see here.
Um,
Oh my gosh. Okay,
dun,
hold
dun,
on.
dun, dun,
Rocky
dun.
premiered, Heather, you're going to die. Rocky premiered in November of 76. So
Oh,
maybe,
so yeah, about a year before he passed.
maybe he saw it.
I'm gonna research it.
Well, maybe this lady will know. The lady
Yeah.
coming down this week. Maybe she'll
Or
know.
do any of you all know?
Wow.
Because
I
you
didn't
all
know it was
know.
76.
Well, because
Wow.
you all know Sylvester Stallone has to be a huge Elvis fan because, like, Sylvester Stallone is all about the like underdog and the like,
Yeah.
hard work and like working and to fulfill your dreams and putting in whatever time and work and effort you have
Yeah.
to make your dreams come true and everything. So he really thought a lot of Elvis, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, that is super cool.
I know. This is
Mhm.
fun. Now I'm going down this rabbit hole of Elvis and Rocky, so I'll let y'all know if I see anything.
Hello, Kelsey. Thank you for that. I did see something about that. We'll try to fit that into our schedule. She says Elvis Artifacts Authentication Services is having an event at the Peabody on the 15th of August. They're going to be showing some really cool artifacts. You'll have a chance to get a photo with your choice of one from either the 50s, 60s, or 70s. That sounds amazing.
Oh, that does sound amazing. I'm telling you what, Heather, once again, I don't think we're going to be able to sleep during Elvis week. I literally think I better stock up on my sleep
Yeah,
before we head out because there's just so much.
I'm going to be
So
running on a lot of coffee.
coffee and sugar, that's my excuse to eat dessert. I'll be
Yeah,
like, I need the sugar.
yeah. I do like energy drinks or like Red Bull every once in a while, but I really don't like to. So I try to stay away from those.
I don't like the
I'll
taste
just
of Red.
be filling up my Elvis souvenir cup with iced coffee and sweet tea all day.
Thank you.
Oh, hello, Susan. I hope you and Greg are doing fantastic. I was just thinking about you all this week. Are you all going to Elvis Week? I hope so. I feel like we haven't seen you and Greg in forever. So
I know. I feel like everybody at Elvis Week is just going to see us doing this. We're going to be running from event to event and being like, hey, oh, see y'all later. Bye. That's going to be it.
Amazing.
It's so funny. Oh my gosh. Oh, the air just kicked on. If y'all start hearing a windstorm, it's the air.
Yes, happy Father's Day to everybody. Everybody's saying happy Father's Day. Hello, Susie. She says she's heading to Knoxville and Pigeon Forge after Elvis Week, going to Dollywood for the first time. What else should I visit in the vicinity? Ideas, please, anyone. Susie, you will be overwhelmed with what to do and see in Pigeon Forge. It is a plethora of eating and shows and shops. Like I can't even begin to give you a list of things to do. There is so much to do. So much to do.
You'll see it as soon as you drive in. I mean, I will say definitely visit Gatlinburg. It's only about 30 minutes, a little 30-minute drive to get to Gatlinburg. It's so quaint. It reminds me, you'll feel like you're back in the 60s. It reminds me of that retreat in Dirty Dancing where the family goes. That's exactly what Gatlinburg's like. And it has great restaurants and stuff. But I'll try to think up some stuff and let you know. But everything there is great. I will say, we've talked about it before. You can't do it all at Dollywood. It's like Elvis Week. You can't do it all in a day. So if you go, I think after 3 p.m., your first day, you get the next day free. So do that. And, go after 3, spend the afternoon, part of the night there, then go the next day. And check out the shows. The shows are awesome. The rides are amazing. The food, yes, it's pricey because it's theme park prices, but I'm going to tell you what, some of that food you can only get at Dollywood, and it's great. I highly recommend the cinnamon bread. So good. So good.
Oh, I love that, Laura. So Laura says that she read that Elvis did watch Rocky and he invited Sylvester Stallone to watch the movie with him, but Sylvester Stallone declined because he said he was just too shy to meet Elvis.
Oh,
wow, I bet he regrets that.
He is kicking himself. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, that makes me so happy. Elvis watched Rocky. I'm happy about
that. Let's see. Deborah, hello. She's asking, who's on your t-shirt, Holly? It's the possum, George Jones.
The one and only. Look at this awesome shirt, y'all. Yeah. It's his name spelled out, and it's like cut up, but it's a picture. Like if you put it all together, it's a picture of him. And on the back, it's got the best quote. It says, if everyone could sound like they wanted, we'd all sound like George Jones. And that's, or if everybody could sing like they wanted, we'd all sing like George Jones. It's by Waylon Jennings. That's a famous quote Waylon had, and it's on the back. It's super cool. Y'all know me. Yeah. I told you. I got my t-shirt drawer out, and I have all my t-shirts in my closet now because they've been sitting in a drawer. And you know how when you have things in a drawer, or if you're me, you never bust them out. So I went ahead and put all my Elvis t-shirts in the drawer and took out all my non-Elvis t-shirts and put them in my closet. Because I always have an excuse to wear an Elvis shirt, so that forces me to go in the drawer. But this is an oldie but goodie that I've had forever. And I was like, why have I not worn my George Jones t-shirt? I'll just wear it today. So yes, this is one of many you'll be seeing that's non-Elvis related.
Oh yes, Laura says that Carol Connors wrote the theme song we were singing. So I guess the da-na-na, da-na-na.
That is so good.
That also inspiring. That gets you pumped up too.
That's as good as Eye of the Tiger. That's as good.
Yeah. Love it. She said, Lisa says that she also wrote Little Deuce Coupe for the Beach Boys. R.I.P. Brian Wilson.
Wow.
He died this
What a
week.
loss. What a loss to the music world this week. And everybody has been putting the most heartfelt tributes to him on the internet. It's just been so sweet. But wow, what a beloved artist, Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. A lot of people are asking about the goodie bags. I think it was Bev asked, could we please give a sneak peek? Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. But I tell y'all what, I tell y'all what though, we are closing in. Like it has been a lot of work and a lot of effort. And there were times I didn't think we were going to be able to make certain things happen or pull certain things off. But I literally will say that I feel like we are 90% of the way almost completed with all of the ideas and items and things that we're going to be putting in the goodie bag. So it's getting close. Thank you for that. And then Erica was also asking, are we going to be making shirts this year for Elvis Week? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got a really cool shirt coming. Mm-hmm. We got a really cool shirt coming your way. Let's see. Yeah. So you want to talk about the Raleigh thing?
Yes. So I'll do my little take on it, and then I'll throw it to you because I know you've got lots to say. But this is so funny, y'all. We were talking about it. I was scrolling through Instagram, I think yesterday, and I know this is terrible, but like I just passed by Riley's little post because I thought it was something about Chanel because she's like their.
All right. While you're talking, I have to go get. Okay. While you're talking, I have to go get more coffee. But okay. I hope I don't repeat what you say when I come back. And yes, I do have on jammy pants.
Thank you for showing us. Anyway, so the post came through my feed, but all the hashtags were like Chanel, Riley Keough Chanel, blah, blah, blah. So I just thought it was one of those like commercials, that all the stars do for like clothing and perfume companies. And so I was like, I'll watch that later. And luckily, Heather called me and she was like, have you seen the new Riley Keough short film? And I'm like, no, what? What are you even talking about? And I was like, I just saw something she posted about Chanel. And she's like, that's it. She's like, go back and look. And she didn't say, she just said, it's weird. It's wonderful. She'd already watched it 2 or 3 times. And she was like, I think you're going to really appreciate it. Go watch this. So I went and watched it. And you all, I am obsessed with this short film. It's one of those, it's only, like I say, 6 or 7 minutes long, but it's all about her history in Graceland. And it's just Graceland. It's all black and white. It's got this really kind of, I think, a 50s feel and vibe to it. The comparisons between Raleigh and Elvis are so amazing. I've got some pictures here for y'all that I'll show you here in a minute. It's just unbelievable. I was just blown away. And what I think it is, Heather can tell y'all more about the backstory of it, but I think she's doing like, oh, good. You brought 2. I was just to the part, I just told him how you introduced me to it, that you had said, you didn't tell me anything about it. You just said, it's weird. It's wonderful, but you're going to love it. I'm obsessed with it now. And I thought you could give a little history of like how it came about, like that you were telling me.
Well, I'm not really sure how it came about because like I said, the great thing about like Facebook and I guess all their like algorithms and things that they put out there is, anytime that they see that you're interested in somebody or something, then you'll get constant bombarded with stories and things in your feed that are about those things that you're interested in. And I love that with the Elvis world because there's always like interesting things popping up about Elvis on Holly's Facebook. And so, when I was like scrolling through, I saw this thing of like Riley and I was like, this is interesting. And I was like, that looks like, it was just some like pictures posted. And I was like, that looks like she's at Graceland. But like in black and white. And so then I started like delving into it. And then I found the YouTube video of it. And then I went to Graceland Insiders because I knew that somebody would have seen it and posted it there. And of course they had. Several people had posted it and talked about it. And so, yes, I watched it and I watched it like 3 or 4 times. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I've got to like tell Holly about it in the morning and get her to watch it and stuff. And then when I went on the Graceland Insiders and I was looking, because of course, I swear, and again, this is just mine and Holly's opinions and things, you know, what we think and stuff. And everybody has their own opinion. It is entitled. But it is always so funny to see things like this come up and come out and then people's reactions. Because like on the comments, on the insiders, and then just on the comments on like the YouTube video, it was like this various sides of certain people that loved it and thought it was great, and then other people that hated it and were angry and were mad that she had filmed in Graceland, that she had allowed people in Graceland. And so it was this whole like dichotomy of the two different opinions and sides. And in my mind, I almost like was thinking, and I just felt really bad for a moment for, you know, like Riley and her situation and everything. Because I'm like, it's kind of like, you're darned if you do, you're darned if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially when it comes to Elvis, because he is so beloved and so iconic. It's like you're always going to have people vocally voice their opinions, nay or yay, good or bad, negative or positive. And no matter what you do, somebody's always going to come after you and somebody's always going to not like it. So I thought that was so interesting. But yeah, I don't really know when this came about. I couldn't really find very much on it because like Holly said, Raleigh doesn't really have a social media presence on Facebook. There's like a fan page that somebody has like created for her. I think she has like an Instagram maybe
Yes, she
and
does.
stuff. But she didn't really have anything posted on there. When I went and researched it, I think the YouTube video was posted by like the Tribeca Film Festival. And then like Holly said, because Chanel was like a supporter or sponsor of it because of Riley's connection with advertising for Chanel, they had it on like their Instagram and stuff. But I don't really know. The best I could research and read about it is because Riley is a female and she writes and she directs and she's very into not just acting, but like the production side of films and things. I think they're trying to kind of like focus in on that and highlight that of, you know, women in film. And so I don't know if maybe they, you know, got with Riley and asked her to like do a little short kind of like documentary or film kind of about that. Cause this one, it said it was chapter 1. So that leads me to believe that there's going to be others, hopefully. And it was called In Process, and it was called Chapter 1 Writing. So, like I said, hopefully there's going to be more of these. But
Well,
I don't know if
and
you've
it was
watched.
super interesting. Like when I first watched like the first minute or so of it, and she's talking about her writing process, for a minute, I thought she was writing like another book, maybe like a sequel or whatever. But then
Or
I
like
thought,
her
okay, no,
own.
she's actually talking about the process. You know, after Lisa died, Riley had to pick
Mhm,
up pieces of her
mhm,
life and this book, and she
mhm.
had to go in and write not only as herself, but kind of through the eyes of her mother as well. And what
Yes.
better way to get inspired than to go to Graceland? And that's exactly what I would have done. Had I been her, I would have literally probably moved into Graceland upstairs for a few weeks and just,
Mhm,
honed in on the writing and the process. And she had some really
mhm,
great just observations about her writing process, saying that, some of the stuff she doesn't know if it was a true memory or if it was just like a tale she had been told. And that's true for all of us. Like, I'll be
mhm,
thinking about something from my childhood and I'll be like, now, did somebody just tell me that? Or did I really remember it? But so I thought that was really interesting. So I think this is just, a part one. And this is about, because when I say Riley wears many hats, she's an actress.
mhm,
She's a producer. She's a director. She's a writer. She's all these things, which, side note, how proud is Elvis? How proud is Elvis? And probably everything he wanted to do in his film career, Riley's fulfilling that now. So
mhm.
that's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's my 2 cents, and then Heather can weigh in on hers because y'all know it's just my 2 cents, and that's what it's worth. I adored it. I was on the side of people saying it really put Graceland in a different light, and it made it come alive. A lot of people said, like, when you go in Graceland, sometimes it's not stale, but it just feels like, okay, this is kind of a sanctuary. This is like a museum. But she really brought it back, I thought, to like the 50s era. This was very
Mhm.
50s-esque. And
Mhm.
she did a lot of shots of her that were very similar to Elvis, which I'll show you guys here in a moment because I've got 2 or 3 little snapshots I thought were cool that you can side by side comparison. But yeah, I thought it was great. It's not like here, number one, it's her home. Number two, she owns it outright. Like
Mhm.
EPE
Mhm.
doesn't own Graceland. No one owns Graceland but Riley and the girls. So if she wants to move in there, she can do it. If she wants to redecorate, she could probably do it. But I
Mhm.
just thought it was wonderful to see people in there enjoying themselves like a home. And it's not like this happens every day. I think the last time they had people in there was when Baz talked about that cookout they had with he and Austin and Lisa Marie and all that a few years back. It's not like every
Well,
day
when they
they're,
did the Riley Christmas special.
yeah,
Mhm.
right. So
Mhm.
special things like this, yeah. Now, would I advocate for like me and Heather and just a bunch of us Elvis fans go traipsing through there? No, because you don't want to mess things up. But if it's for like a special event like this, I'm all for it. And I
Mhm.
thought it really brought Graceland alive to me and made it seem more
Mhm.
like a home. So
Mhm.
before I show my pictures, Heather, what did you think?
Yeah, well, I very much, like I said, I had to watch it a few times because the first time you watch it, like I was listening to what she was saying, but I was really paying so much attention to the film and the pictures and the video because it was so like mesmerizing and entrancing to see Graceland and to see the different shots and things. But yeah, I very much took it that it was like an autobiographical thing from her. Like it was literally her talking about her like writing process of Lisa's memoir and,
Mm-hmm.
you know, kind of the like emotions and the ups and downs and things that she went through in order to, you know, pull that book off on her own, you know, after Lisa passed and here it was left up to her to make it all happen and come to fruition and finish her mother's memoir and her mother's dream. But yeah, it is absolutely cinematography, visually stunning and beautiful. I thought it was so cool to see Graceland in the black and white. And like I said, they went everywhere. Like there's great shots of her with the horses and like on the property. There's great shots in the music room, in Gladys's bedroom, on the stairwells, in the jungle room. Like the way they did the shots and stuff was just so great. And like Holly said, you know, for us fans and everything, when, you know, we go to Graceland, we all talk about that first time you walk through that door and the emotion that hits you and the energy that you still feel in that house of Elvis is just over the top. But when
Mm-hmm.
we walk into Graceland, because it is, as I always call it, this beautiful little time capsule and this like step back in time, it is almost like a museum, you know, and that's what it is it's like a museum. You're like looking around at all of these, like, you know, you see the couch where they sat and watched TV. You see the piano where Elvis sat and played. You know, you see the dining room table where they had great family dinners. You know, you see the stairwell where Elvis and Priscilla came down and, you know, where she had her surprise birthday party and stuff. And you have all those flashes and all those memories, but now it's just a vessel and it's just a museum. And so, yeah, it was very interesting to see Riley go in there and actually have people playing pool downstairs on the pool table, sitting in the kitchen, eating and cooking and talking. And it brought that life and energy back to Graceland that you know was there when Elvis was alive and that Elvis loved. We all know that Elvis was one that loved to be surrounded by people. He
Yeah.
had his, you know, family. He wanted to live with Vernon and Minnie Mae and Gladys. You know, he had his Memphis Mafia. He wanted those guys around constantly and stuff. And so there was always this liveliness at Graceland of, you know, people singing and eating and playing football outside and riding the go-karts and riding the horses. There was always something going on. It was always very lively. And that's kind of what Riley brought back in this video and in this short little like 6+ minute movie that
Mm-hmm.
she did. So I thought it was great. You
Yeah.
know, I know a lot of people were saying that they didn't like the people being in there and all the things, but let's also remember, like Holly said, this is Riley's home and she can do with it what she wants. And also, I am sure that Riley wants to do what she can to protect and preserve this home as well, you know, after all these years. And I'm sure that, you know, Joel and Angie and all them do as well. So I'm sure everybody was very careful. when they were
Yeah.
in there and stuff. And it was very
Of course.
supervised and it was very, planned out and all of that stuff. And so I'm sure that they were very careful with, being in there and stuff like that. But yeah, I just thought it was beautiful. I thought it was so interesting. I thought Riley looked fantastic. And like Holly said, and Holly will show the images, there were several like nods to Elvis that she did. And
Yeah.
then there was the very ending thing that Riley said that I thought spoke volumes about the whole entire little 6-minute video and about Riley and stuff, which I don't know. Did you like?
Yeah, you can go back. It's the post right before this one if you want to look at it.
Yeah. I didn't know if you like had a little thing of it or not.
Yeah, I can tell you where it is because I've got it on Facebook. But I don't know if you want to read it.
Yeah. So this is what she says at the end, because like I said, you got to go back and watch this video, but it's her all throughout Graceland and everything. But at the very end, there is,
do you see it? It's the post right below this.
Yeah, there's Riley in Gladys's bedroom and she's sitting like in front of the bed. And then you see someone's arm come up and put the rope in front of the doorway. You know how they block it off that, visitors or, can look in the room, but they can't go in the room. And then you just see people's like legs passing by. And then Riley says the locations were real. The people were real. It's just a very human story set in an unusual place. But for me, it's the most usual place in the world. I don't know. That just gave me chills. When she said it, it just gave me chills. I was just like, wow. Because, thinking about her, because, imagining being Riley, I think it's just must be such a weird thing. Because, like, Riley never knew Elvis. She only knows Elvis through like stories and videos and pictures and, memories and things that she's been told by, Priscilla and Lisa Marie and stuff. And, but her grandfather is the most well-known person in the world. He's the most researched, most read about, most talked about celebrity icon person in the world. And there's so many people out there that fancy themselves Elvis experts and aficionados that, probably know as much or more than Riley will ever know. And so I just think that's must be so weird for her, to have that experience. So, but I thought it was really cool. I'm wondering when she did this. I'm guessing I'm wondering if they did it one really early morning before tours started. Maybe they cut tours off early and did it. But I just thought it was beautifully done. I thought Graceland looked fantastic. I thought it brought this whole new life to it and this energy that made you think of how it was when Elvis was there.
Yeah. Here's a couple of comparison things. And like I say, I just saw it this morning and made these 2 or 3 little comparisons. I bet if Heather and I got together and watched it, we could probably analyze it scene by scene. Probably. Yes. But here's the first one that I thought was cool. And Heather, I'll give you a minute so you can look at it.
Yeah.
But there's that one scene of Riley and she's kind of resting on her arms.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, when I first saw that shot, it made me think of Elvis. So then I researched, and this is what I could come up with that was kind of similar to that. But look at their faces and just how, even if you didn't know her, I would know that she is related to Elvis. I would be like, yeah, that chick's related. So I thought that was cool. Mm-hmm. Then there's this one. When she's in the living room, and if you notice the actor that she's got there, she's laying kind of in the floor, leaning up against this chair, and notice that guy has his leg crossed exactly like Elvis does in the top photo. And I feel like she's kind of mimicking Priscilla a little bit, being, in the floor. Yeah. So I thought that was a really cool image. But then probably the coolest is this one. And Heather pointed that out to me. The Lisa picture is a little dark, but if you go and watch the movie, you'll see it's almost an exact recreation. And all of those teddy bears in Riley's picture, I think, are those that are in that picture with Elvis. And I know one of them, I'm pretty sure, is that big teddy bear they always put out at Christmas that was one of Lisa's Christmas presents.
The dog.
Back in the day. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, the dog, and then there's also like this. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's kind of like a creepy looking bear that they always bring out, and I feel like he's in the short film. He makes an appearance, so I
Mhm.
thought that's probably the most stunning. So it just she really took a lot of time and thought and effort. You can tell into this, and there's people, you call them Easter eggs. Like if you're a TV
Yes.
fanatic like me, they always put an Easter egg in your favorite dramatic show. This thing is full,
Yeah.
full of Easter eggs that we probably could dissect. It's crazy.
Yeah. But if you love Elvis and you love Graceland, go give it a view. Like Holly said, we
Yeah.
posted it on her Facebook so you could watch it because it really is so cool to see the different shots and areas and things of Graceland and to see it in black and white. And like I said, to see like there's this really cute, sweet scene of these guys playing pool in the pool room. And there's a little black boy that's like laying on the pool table, and Riley and him have this little exchange where they stick their tongues out at each other, and I don't know, just really sweet and really heartwarming. But I thought it was beautifully shot, beautifully done. I thought it was really cool and interesting, and I appreciated that Riley did it because, as we all know, she talks about how, especially after Lisa's passing, as you can imagine, that it was so hard for her to go back to Graceland. And, in a lot of ways, Graceland for her represents some really beautiful, happy childhood memories, but it also represents a lot of sadness and a lot of tragedy and a lot of trauma. And so, we're losing more and more of our connections to Elvis, especially after we lost Lisa Marie. And so, the fact that Riley is taking an interest and is doing certain little things like this, like the Christmas special, and she's kind of becoming more a part of Elvis's legacy in Graceland and the future of it, I think is great to see. And I think something that a lot of the fans are craving, because you hear time and time again the fans saying, is Riley going to be at Elvis Week? Are the twins going to be at Elvis Week? Are they going to be at the birthday? Are they going to be, doing anything at Graceland anytime soon? So the fans really want that connection with her and those twins and them to, be a part of the legacy and stuff. So I think it's really cool what the things that she's done and the things she's doing and the things that hopefully she's going to do.
Yeah, because she's a smart cookie. She is
Mm-hmm.
a smart cookie, and
And
like I
strong.
said, she's
So
strong.
strong.
Yeah, she's sensible. It seems. I just think Elvis and Lisa are thrilled. Elvis, especially. I just think he is probably thinking this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
It's coming full circle. She's basically doing everything he couldn't. He
Mm-hmm.
didn't have time, or
Yeah.
he died too early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and I'm sure he was smiling down on this, seeing Graceland come to life again.
Yeah.
Elvis loved Graceland so much and it meant so much to him. Like I always say, the fact that here we are almost 48 years after his passing and it's still thriving and now it's still alive. Is
Well, this will
wonderful.
bring it to a new audience because I'm telling you, a lot of people that probably had no idea that that's Graceland in the background, they're just Riley fans, or they're Chanel fans, or they're just fans of women in film.
Yeah, or film festivals.
Yeah, film festivals. It's going to bring, because I guarantee they're going to watch it and be like, if you don't know what it is, they're going to be like, where's she filming this at? What is this place? And then, they'll get and like I say, just bring him to Elvis and he'll do the rest.
Because I'm not going to lie. Yeah, because I'm not going to lie. I mean, Lord knows I know Graceland like the back of my hand, inside and out. But even like when I was watching it, it was so cool. And the rooms and everything looked so magnificent that I was thinking like, yeah, if I wasn't a fan or I didn't know much about Elvis and Graceland, it would make me want to go.
Yeah.
I would want to see it for myself. I would want to see it in person and see it in color, so.
I know. I hope during one of the conversations they play this on a big screen, because I would love to see it on like a giant movie screen. Graceland. Yeah. They should do that during Elvis Week. That'd be super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was our 2 cents on it. What do you all have to say? Have you seen it? Have you not? Definitely go watch it. Yeah, go watch it because, like I said, you're gonna love it. It was very moving too. It was like beautiful, but it was also kind of sad. It kind of made you sad, in a lot of ways. Just even the expressions on Riley's face, or certain like emotions you could tell she was feeling in the different rooms and things. Let's see. Let's answer some questions. Let's see. Laura says, "Do you think she's setting up for more chapters?" I hope so. I hope so. Let's see. Tisa says she probably has the most personal of memories and probably things she's learned from her family that we will never know. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I do think that was such an interesting thing. Because again, it would be so interesting to be her and her mindset. Because like Holly said, when she kept, and she brought it up like a couple times, talking about that, yeah, she didn't know, like when she has memories, she doesn't know if they're her memories or stories she's been told and stuff. And so, I don't know, it was very interesting to hear that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Karen says, that's a very good point. There are so many of us huge Elvis fans that have so much knowledge stored on our brains. Yeah, because, like I said, I mean, everywhere you go, you see or hear, or there's a reference or something about Elvis. Like he's just woven in our culture, in the fabric of our culture and our world.
Yeah.
Ladine, if you want to see it, literally go to YouTube or just go to Holly's Facebook. So right underneath our Facebook Live right now, Holly's posted it. So you can watch it there. Let's see. Janice says, when I went to see Graceland many years ago, as we were walking down the stairs to the yellow room, my husband said to me, just think that Elvis touched the same railing you're holding on to now. Oh, funny. Yeah, exactly, Laura. That's what I thought. It really did make you feel like you could sense how it was when Elvis was there and he was alive.
Yeah.
Because there was always something going on at Graceland. Always something going on. Could be. Debbie says when the cameras are shut off on the Graceland Insiders, that's because they're filming. Yep. And then she says, plus Riley was there. Riley was in during Nashville CMA week for a few days. Okay.
All right.
So maybe she did something then. Let's see. Catherine says, I love that Riley is connecting with the home in her own way. There is so much sadness there for her. So this is a very brave and special. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. Let's see. Bula says she saw the short film. She thinks it's kind of cool. She needs to go back and watch it again. Yeah, you literally got to watch it a few times because you'll see a little something different every single time, a little different nuance or like a nod to Elvis, or you'll hear, something different that Riley says. Like I said, the first time I pretty much just watched it. I wasn't even really listening to what she said. I was just so engrossed in the footage and the different like areas of Graceland. I know, Laura, I don't get it either. She's like, why are people mad? It's her home. She can do what she wants. I know. That's what I'm saying. It's just always so interesting. But yeah, there was a lot of people that were like, she shouldn't have, done this, and she shouldn't have all those people in there and shouldn't be letting them sit on the couch and sit, in the kitchen and play pool and all that stuff and everything. And I'm like, it is her home.
Plus, you know what they say about homes and stuff. If you leave them stagnant, that's the worst thing you can do is like have a home that's sitting empty, because for some reason a home sitting empty will disintegrate faster and go downhill faster than if you had a pack of kids in there running wild.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Lynn. She says she loved the short film. Hats off to Riley.
True.
Let's see. Sarah says she loved Riley's short film. The photos were incredible. Jill says the film has some beautiful shots and composition. Absolutely. Yes, Jen, Holly and I are also working on the website day and night. That is going to be coming as well. Yes, Janice, you will be able to purchase the goodie bags. And we will let you know all that information, how much they're going to be, how you go about getting one, all that good stuff here in just a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're being Baz Luhrmann. We're teasing. We're teasing it up about the goodie bags.
Hilarious.
Right? Let's see. Bev says she loves that Riley is adding to the story. Elvis lives on through her. Absolutely. She's the final connection. She and the twins are the final like connection. Well, and then we've got, Tupelo and then the other new baby. But yeah, it's they're the legacy. Laura says people act like we own it. Laugh out loud. Sometimes some of the fans do. Teresa says when she first visited Graceland, she thought it was such a privilege and an honor to be in his home. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the thing about it is that Elvis was a very private person in a lot of ways, but I think he would love that people are coming and like touring his home and taking pictures and oohing and awing over everything. I think he would just get the biggest kick out of it. He'd be like, I'm so proud that they're so proud of my beautiful Graceland. Karen says it really is such an amazing blessing that Graceland is open to the public to tour it. Absolutely. And let's just be glad that Raleigh's continuing that. Let's be glad that she's continuing to, let it stay open and let people tour it. Lynn says it felt like you were there in the 50s and 60s. Yep.
Totally.
Carrie says she hopes Riley brings Elvis to the new generation. I absolutely think she is and will. Absolutely. And by the way, speaking of bringing to a new generation, Lilo and Stitch is killing it at the box office.
Oh, good.
It was like the #1 movie its first week out.
Oh, that's so cute.
Let's see. Sarah says it's beautiful to see the house alive with activity. It shows it in a different light.
It does.
It does. Yeah, everybody's asking how to see it. Again, you can go to YouTube or just go to Holly's Facebook. After we're off here, go to Holly's Facebook and you can watch it there. Yeah. I love all y'all's comments.
I know. They're great. Everybody's got some good stuff.
Yeah. See, Tisa says, I'm sure everybody was thoroughly briefed on protocol. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I am sure that Angie and all them were right there the entire time watching eagle eye everything to make sure that, nothing got hurt or broken or misplaced and that everybody was minding their P's and their Q's as well.
And these people look like professionals. I mean, I think they're all probably professional actors and or 100%. Friends of Riley's.
Yeah.
So
either
way they're going to be respectful. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and Riley's going to do whatever she can. I mean, she knows how much Graceland meant to not just Elvis, but to her mother. I mean, Graceland was also in a lot of ways Lisa Marie's happy place and her sanctuary and her place where she was most at peace and at home. And, so I know. So yeah, keep commenting because I'm going to go back and read them and let us know, what you thought. Go back and watch it. Like I said, I think this just came out this week. I just found out about it yesterday. So I think a lot of people are just starting to find out about it. So go watch it. Send us your comments after the fact. Let us know what your thoughts were, what you loved, didn't love about it. But yeah, I thought it was really, really interesting and beautiful and I loved it.
Yeah, me too. Ditto. So, all right, y'all. We have kept you on here long enough. Thank you so much. Like I say, we won't be on tomorrow because it is Father's Day and Dad's going to take up all of Heather's time. So you all have a wonderful Father's Day weekend and I'll have some motivation for you on Monday.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all take care and have a great weekend. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.